Sorry. This is probably the first time I'm gonna speak up what happened to my dad. Everybody in our family was surprised, but I think my dad is already ready. Let me just start my speech. I'm sorry, I just made this 30 minutes ago because I don't know what to say. Thank you everyone for joining me and my family to express our sentiments and to pay respect to my father who died on September 4. Thank you for giving us unique opportunity to express our thoughts and feelings about my father. My father was born on August 29, 1947. By profession, he was a chemical engineer, and during his marriage time, he spent most of his time outside the country to work and to support us. He's a good husband, a very responsible man, a generous friend, and most importantly, a religious and a good God-fearing man. At the age of 74, he left us peacefully at home. A lot of you called me, texted me, messaged me. I couldn't talk. I couldn't say anything. Because every time I talk over the phone, this is what happened. I always just cried. Thursday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I got a call from my brother. He said that my dad is not breathing anymore. I was not talking, like, I was shocked because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I got a call from him and he starts crying. He's from Australia and he called me from his cell phone because my brother Alan, which is the eldest, was in the Philippines and they were panicking already. So what happened was, a month before he died, he had a stroke. He couldn't swallow. So, and you know, in the Philippines, it's so hard and there's no hospital that's actually gonna take patients anymore. If they are, you're actually maybe on 100 on the list. You have to line up. Can you imagine that? You have to line up to be admitted. So, my cousin in the Philippines, in Pampanga, took him because he's a doctor, a medical director in one of the biggest hospital there. But because there's so much COVID going on and admitted in the hospital, he preferred him to be in a place where it's more safer. So they put him a dextrose, put an NG tube. He was very confused because this is actually his second stroke. So I already expected that it's worse. The problem is he couldn't swallow. That's the one that got affected him. He couldn't swallow. So in short, he couldn't eat. So he got an IV. He was medicated. He did good after like a week and a half. He was sent home in Manila because we're from Manila. After that, he starts declining again. We think that he had another stroke because he was having confusion. His actually face, when he smiles, is actually deviated. So we already know something is going on. And at that time, he just collapsed. So we actually asked a nurse to come by and do the 24-hour servicing for him, which, I was so actually grateful that my brother in there was very active and know a lot of people. So they put an NG tube again, they put an IV, 24/7. We've been calling the endocrinologist, the neurologist, and I was very happy. And I don't know if you know Dr. Kunanan. She's the one who attended him. So 24/7 up to 2 a.m. Dr. Kunanan is still texting my brother, which is in Australia, saying, "This is what you're gonna give. This is what you're gonna, buy." And then we got a slot in the hospital, but the hospital said, "You need to be tested in COVID and do an X-ray." So they did a COVID test, but it has to be scheduled. So we had to wait again for like a couple of days. It was negative. They did an X-ray, everything is okay. That was Saturday. And then we waited and dragged until it was Thursday. We still couldn't get admitted in the hospital. So that evening of Wednesday, he was actually bumping his legs on the wall because his bed is actually by the wall where my room is. And on the wall, my pictures are there. So my mom said, "Can you take those pictures because he might fall to him." So my brother said, "Okay." So he took the pictures out. Those are my pictures, my graduation pictures, my debut. When my brother took it out, my dad got upset. He bumped the wall more and made a noise. He just tell my brother and my mom like, it's kind of like, "Don't remove the pictures." And so my mom said, put it back. So they put it back. And then after that, that's the end. He didn't woke up anymore. That's why it's so hard for me to tell a story, because that was the last thing that he told my mom. He kind of told my mom that, after the end, he's still looking for me. Because that's what my mom was saying. He's just looking for you, Annie. My dad and my mom came here twice. The second time they came, they went home back in the Philippines because they feel like they're not really here. They're not really happy here. They wanted to be with their friends. They wanted to be with the environment that they're familiar with. And so that's why they decided to just go home. I was so against. I even filed for petition. Everything I could do for them to stay. But what can I do? Whatever they're happy with, that's just what I actually let them do. So I never even had a chance to talk to him over the phone, because by the time they called me, he couldn't speak anymore. He couldn't hear. He's just mumbling. He can move his arms, but that's it. They made a video with him, and when he heard me, he starts responding. That's when I start crying. But You always have your memories to make us smile. You were a great person who added so much to every life you touched. I'm not sure what to say. I just want you to know that I'm here. It's not gonna be the same, but I know it's gonna get better. And I know it will get a little easier as time goes by. I made a video, I made a montage within all the pictures I can gather, because when I came here, I don't have anything because I was just alone when I came here. I don't have anybody, I don't have family here. So whatever clothes I can bring, I brought it with me. But I didn't have any pictures, I didn't have any books. Because my parents were telling me, just bring something that would make you feel safer. I just wish I can go home. But my brother said, don't go home anymore because it's pointless. There's gonna be a 10 to 14-day quarantine. And then by the time it's already done, his wish is only to cremate him. So on September 8th, so he died on September 4, which is my brother's birthday. And then he was cremated on September 8th, which is my other brother's birthday. I've been talking to my mom, and I know it's not easy for her. She's been crying every time I talk to her, so I stopped talking to her. Because every time I talk to her, that's all she can say. Wala na, Papa mo. Your dad is not here anymore. I know you're up there watching us over. I just want to let you know how much I love you. We will miss you so much.